Court documents reveal Facebook played a key role in helping law enforcement investigate a controversial Nebraska abortion case.
That's right. The mother is facing felony abortion-related charges for helping her daughter terminate the pregnancy outside of the state's window for legal abortions. According to the documents, the social media giant released the private messages confirming the procedure. In those messages, the mother instructs her daughter on how to take abortion pills. The fetus was more than 23 weeks old. Nebraska bans abortions after 20 weeks. CBS News reached out to the mother's attorney, and they had no comment. Alexandra Reeve Givens joins us now. She is the president and CEO of the Center for Democracy and Technology. Alexandra, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. This case is kind of complicated because it's dealing with a lot of things. And I think the fact that the daughter's fetus was so far along complicates matters because in terms of the laws of the state, they had already been, I think, that was already past the current time in which abortion was allowed, even previously.
So it could have happened before.
It could have happened before.
Roe was overturned.
But focusing on just the sort of social media aspect of this case, after the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade and opened the door to these kinds of cases in states where abortion is restricted or illegal, what do you make of Facebook or any other social media company working with law enforcement, to provide these sorts of private messages to law enforcement? Do you think we're going to see this happen more frequently?
I think that's exactly right. We're going to keep seeing cases like this unfolding. When you think about the huge amount of data that we share every day on social media or just by using our device, your online search history, your browsing history, the substance or your texts or of your emails, as prosecutors start to enforce these deeply controversial laws, they're going to use that information as a source of evidence. And so the tech companies are going to find themselves right in the middle of this really difficult legal situation.
And it's not just this. I mean, there's been so many concerns about, campaigns to delete your period tracking apps. I mean, just that connection between technology and privacy that we're all so in the dark about. Facebook says it was complying with a warrant, but some users may not know their private messages aren't actually private. I mean, we don't read the fine print. Sometimes it's too long. Do social media firms need to be more transparent, or should they just completely rethink how they store their users' data?
Well, you get to a really important point there, which is if the tech companies don't want to be in the midst of these really difficult challenges of law enforcement coming after them for information, they should be reducing the amount of information that they have about their users. That could include using things like encryption to deeply protect people's private messages so that the company can't see what's happening in the substance of that conversation. And also things like limiting the amount of information they collect about where somebody goes and takes their phone, the things that they search for in their online history. All of those are just leaving trails of breadcrumbs of information across the internet at any given day. And the companies really do collect a vast amount of this information, more than many users, I think, know. And this is a moment for the companies to think about the amount of data they collect, how long they store it for, as well as, of course, thinking about how to responsibly handle those law enforcement requests.
Yeah. Well, it's wild because, you think encryption, you think WhatsApp, but that's also a Meta-owned company.
Right.
Alexander Reeve, thank you. Givens, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.